Describing the foundations of information media is not something you can easily define. There are many different aspects of information media, and it's a blanket term that covers a wide range of ideas dealing with literacy, media, and technology. One aspect of IM is the development of research and study skills, and how the information is being delivered to the learner. There are many different ways to obtain information, especially now as technology continues to grow. Obtaining information can range from traditional books and articles all the way to the other end of the spectrum with digital sources and social media. A school information media person would be a resource for a student and teachers to use to help them build skills in this area. The term information media also covers the ability to understand and use the different sources of information effectively. How to access, organize, and use the sources is something the information media person would need to know and be able to teach others. An IM person in a school would assist students and teachers with research, literacy choices, how to use technology, and computer skills in general. There are other fields where information media is used besides schools. One field outside of the school setting would be the development of websites and ads for businesses. The way in which this is done is ever-changing and requires a constant professional development. The other aspect that needs to be recognized is the development and upkeep of technology that is needed to run a successful business. Technology becomes an essential tool for business to succeed, however, it requires constant upkeep. The same information media person that's keeping the technology up to date would also be researching new ideas to keep the company on the cutting edge and up to date. It may include things like social media. Social media created a way for schools and businesses to keep their clientele informed of all the latest changes that are happening. Communication is another role that information media falls under, and has rapidly changed in the past decade or more. The development of mobile technology has created a whole different avenue to consider for information media specialists. People now have access to information on their phone 24 hours a day, and there are new apps and technologies developed on a daily basis. Staying up to date on all these is important, but more important is how to make them relevant to the setting you're in. Schools and businesses now have the chance to use apps like Remind to keep employees in the know and about time changes and schedules, or Twitter to pass on new innovations to employees and consumers. Google and Skype can be used for video conference calls and have made distance learning possible. It's the responsibility of information media specialists to have an understanding of how all of this above mentioned work and how they pertain to the field they work in. The information media field is ever evolving that will require continued professional development through a person's career and will never stay the same for any length of time. Many of the current trends in the field of information media are based on or developed through mobile technology and social media. One part of instructional design that we talk about is the different models we follow, one of which is ADDIE: Analyze, Design, Develop, Implement, and Evaluate. There's a lot of different models to follow, but all of them have the same characteristics. The ASSURE model is another one, which stands for Analyze, State Objectives and Assessments, Select, Modify, or Design Material and Media, Utilize Materials and Media, Require Learner Participation, and Evaluate and Revise. Smith and Reagan is an instructional design model used in the corporate world, where they use analyze, strategy, and evaluation as their three criteria. You may also see the Morrison-Kemp model, which has 9 core elements that are not dependent on each other. This makes it more flexible for continuing education credits for people who need to do the work and can log into the computer and get their work done and get their continuing education credits. Now that we know about the different instructional design models, let's take a look at different positions in the media field. A technology integrationist is one person who would be focused on how technology can be incorporated into schools or businesses, and then they would be the person who would coordinate that. Library media specialists would be focused on how to coordinate, assist, design, and keep a library media program running smoothly. There are many, many aspects to this job, and most of these positions are within a school. Instructional design is another area that people work in. These are the people who know how to design the model for delivery to best fit the situation, but they don't create the content. They're usually found in businesses, government, or health fields. When you think about it, a teacher does all of these things from start to finish. They design and implement what they have designed. We've talked a lot about different components of IM. Now let's look at the professional organizations. One of which would be the International Society for Technology and Education, or ISTE.